I am Crystal Ann Casilak. Today, I am going to share to you the story of the two great gods of earth. They are Demeter and Dionysus. For the most part of the story, the immortal gods are often were a little used that often they are reverse of useful, but there are two who were a man's best friend. First, we have Demeter. In Latin, her name is Ceres, the goddess of corn. She is the daughter of Cronus and Rhea. Next, we have Dionysus, also called as Bacchus. He is the god of wine. Demeter was older than Dionysus because corn sowed long before the vines were planted. Did you know that the first cornfield was the beginning of the settled life on earth? Then vines came later. That's why Demeter was older than Dionysus. The business of man are hunting and fighting, and so the carefields belongs to women. And as they plowed, scattered the seed, and reaped the harvest, they thought that a woman divinity can best understand and help the women work. Not like any other god who were worshipped through bloody sacrifices. Demeter was their friend. Because of her, the field was made holy. Her chief festival of corn came at the harvest time. In earlier days, humans' Thanksgiving Day was the first loaf of baked bread from a new grain was broken and eaten with grateful prayers for Demeter. Later years, the humble fast grew into mysterious worship. The great festival in September came only in 5 years and lasted for 9 days. The harvest time was also the festival of Dionysus. Dionysus, also referred as the joy god, and for Demeter, the happy goddess of summertime. Dionysus was not always the joy god nor Demeter. Each pain came as well as joy. That way they linked together. They were both the suffering gods. During winter, they were different. They both sorrowed and the earth was sad. And that's where humanly wondered why it has to be like this. They told the stories about the reason why the two gods were at sorrow during winter. This is the reason why Demeter sorrowed during winter. She has a daughter named Persephone, the maiden of spring. One day she lost her daughter Persephone, and in terrible grief of Demeter, she decided to take back all her gifts to the earth, and that's where the earth turned into a frozen desert. This is the reason why Demeter sorrowed during winter. She had a daughter named Persephone, the maiden of spring. One day, she lost her daughter Persephone and in a terrible grief of Demeter. So she decided to take back all her gifts to the earth, and that's where the earth turned into a frozen desert. Persephone disappeared because Hades, the lord of the dark underworld, kidnapped her. During the time, Persephone was so mesmerized of the bloom of Narcissus, as so she strayed too far from her companions, and their Hades, who was riding a chariot, saw her and grabbed her wrist and seat her beside him. He imprisoned her, and because of Persephone continued gripping to the point the high heels echoed her cry. One day her mother heard it. Upon hearing her daughter's cry, Demeter sought for her everywhere, but no one could tell her the truth. Demeter wandered for 9 days, and at last she came to the sun, and the sun told her that her daughter was being kidnapped. Now that Demeter knew where her daughter was, she left the Olympus and came down to the earth, and disguised as mortal. She was wandering, she came across the Eleusis. She sat by the side of a wheel, and sitting there, Demeter saw four lovely maidens who were walking towards the wheel near her.
Go.
And the maidens asked her pityingly, what she was doing there. Demeter said that she fled from the pirates who wants to sell her for as a slave, that she know who can help her. But the maidens told her that they would be glad to help her and welcome her at their house. So the maidens filled their shiny pitcher and held back home, and asked for their mother's permission. Mitineira was the mother of the maidens. She was glad to help, so she let her daughter return back to the stranger. The maidens led their way, and Demeter followed them. When they reached for the maiden's home, Mitineira offered Demeter a honey-sweet wine, but Demeter refused it. Instead, she asked for a barley water flavored with mint. After that, Demeter took the child from Mitineira and held him into her fragrant bosom. Demeter nourished Demophon, the son of Mitineira, had born Celeus. Demeter nourished Demophon, the son of Mitineira, had born Celeus. Demeter anointed Demophon daily with ambrosia, and at night she would place her at the red hot of fire. That's why the child grew like a young god. Demeter wants to give the child the immortal youth. However, something made the mother feel uneasy. Mitineira kept watching, and she screamed in terror when she saw her child laid in fire. That made Demeter angry. Demeter wanted the child sent away from old and death. After that scenario, Demeter revealed herself as the goddess of corn. Upon seeing her, the goddess of corn, the maidens in Mitineira were all struck. Demeter ordered them to build her a temple near the town to win back her heart. The women trembled with fear. That's why Mitineira told her husband about what happened. Celeus gathered all the people, and the people are willing to build the temple. The people work and build the temple, and once it's done, Demeter sat there in a low-wasting way with longing for her daughter. At her the most dreadful cruel for mankind, nothing grew, no seeds sprang up. That's where Zeus stepped in. He sent one god after another to turn her from anger. But she listened to no one. Demeter would not let the earth get single fruit until she see her daughter. So Zeus sent Hermes to the underworld and told Hades to set his pride back to Demeter. Upon sending Persephone back, Hades prayed for Persephone to have a good thoughts of him and not to be sorrowful. Hades made Persephone eat a pomegranate. Whoever ate this food must return back into him. Soon enough, Demeter and Persephone meet at last. They talk all day and night. But Demeter grieved again when she heard about the fruit. Demeter was afraid that she might not able to protect her daughter again. Zeus sent another god, the oldest goddess, and it was Rhea. Rhea talked to Demeter and told her she must lose Persephone for 4 months every year. She will see her daughter go down to the world of dead. Demeter accepted what Rhea said to her. Demeter was very sorry for the destruction she had caused. After talking to Rhea, Demeter made the field rich with abundant fruits, and the whole world once again bright with flowers and leaves. And also, Demeter went to Princess Eleusis, who built her temple. Demeter told her to choose Triptolemus to be her ambassador to men. She taught him how to sow a corn. So that's all the reason why Demeter was sorrow always in winter.